I decided to do a tag. Yeah, I haven't done one of these in a long time. So I thought I would jump on the bandwagon and do this tag. This is called the Perfect Palette Tag, and it is going to include 8 categories. They're called 8 questions, but I don't see question marks on this. So I don't see a who, what, when, where, and why in the beginning of it, and I don't see question marks at the end. So we're just going to say these are 8 categories and not questions. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, the first one is best packaging. And I know it was kind of hard for me to pick for best packaging because I don't know. But the best packaging that I can think of off the top of my head, because I didn't want to think too much into them, is this new MAC palette. And I know some people don't, well, not some, a lot of people don't like the new MAC palettes because, as you know, the MAC palettes was completely like black on the top, like almost like this, like you couldn't see through them, and it just said MAC right there. But now it's, well, it's not glass, but it's plastic, and you can see through it. Now, the reason why I say I like this as best packaging for the palette that I have is because you can see what you're working with. I have one other palette you can kind of see through, but this one you can just see straight through. And I don't know if you're like me, but when you start to collect palettes, you will tend to just use either the newest palette that you've purchased, or you would just go to that one palette that you use all the time because you look at it every day so you know what colors are inside. But if you can see inside of all of your palettes, then you would be more likely to use more of them because the colors are like right there in front of you, like bam, like that. So that's why I said this is like, out of the palettes that I have, that is why I would say this is the best packaging, only for the simple fact that I can see through the top. That's pretty much it. And I only have 4 colors in here so far. I have other MAC shadows that I have to depot and put in here. But this is why I say I like this one. Because you can see through the top. That's why. Now the next one is the best color payoff. And that is going to have to go to my LORAC UNZIPPED palette right here. Let me just show you the colors. These are the colors right here. I actually have them on my eyes today. I have the uncensored over the lid, and then I have untamed on the outer corner. Yeah, and these colors are just buttery. When I look at these colors, I think of the word butter. That's what I think of, butter, just butter. Because it's just so good. Like, this is, I have this color on, and I have this color on. And it's just goodness. Just purity goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Now, the most versatile palette that I have, I would have to bring this up right here. This is the LORAC Pro palette. And this one is also buttery. It's a little too buttery on some of these colors because I actually like put a ding in it. And that color gold, look at that. Look what I did. Like this big old dent in there. Look what I did. It's like too soft. But that's not the point. The point is, this is the most versatile because you can do all different type of colors. Like all different type of looks. You can do like a romantic look right here if you want to do something light. And then if you just use these colors right here, you can do like a neutral everyday. And then if you go way to the end, you could do like a sultry, sexy look right there. So this is like, if this is the only palette that you buy, you can make any color, not any color, but you can do like almost any look with this. This is like amazing. And I love it. Can't get enough of it. Now the next one is best for travel. Now I noticed when I was looking at other people's videos, I saw them talking about little tiny small palettes, and that is awesome. Having small palettes would perfectly fit inside of your bag, your makeup bag, or your suitcase or whatever, and that's fine and dandy. But what I look for in a traveling palette is durability. Like when I get to my destination, are my shadows still in one piece? Or are they in pieces? That's where my INGLOT palette comes into play. And oh, I got it upside down. Yeah, my INGLOT palette comes into play because this thing is rock hard. There's no playing with this. It's like you can't get through that. You can't. It's like serious with the magnet. This is no joke. It's like serious. So this is inside of here, and this is a freedom system. So you could put whatever colors you want inside of here. And my favorite are the bottom. I tried to venture out and get colorful colors on the top, but I really don't even use them. But I love the colors on the bottom. They're like the bomb. And I'm going to go get some more when I go to IMATS this week, or this weekend. Oh, yeah. And so this is my favorite palette for travel, because look, bam, you can't play with that. This is not coming out. So although it is kind of thick, it is strong. So you don't have to worry about your eyeshadows being in pieces when you get to where you're going. They're going to still be intact. Now, the next one is my biggest regret palette. And sadly, that's going to have to go to one of my sleek palettes. And I've had this palette for like a good 2 years now, I think. And this is called the Paraguaya. Y'all know. And this is in the Divine part of their line. And it is the orangey colors. Let me cover this up. It's like the little orangey colors right here. And they look cute. They look pretty. Look like it'll go in my eyes and whatever. But they are just so chalky. And then the two colors that are kind of okay, which would be like this little champagne color right here. And then would be like this little sparkly orange right here. You have to keep dabbing in your brush. It keeps falling. It's like a lot of fallout. It doesn't have a lot of good payoff. And then when I wet my brush and put it on my eyelids, then the colors intensify. But then when I go to blend into my crease, it's like all the color just falls right on off, and it just blends right on off my eyelid. Like, I feel so bad because the colors are cute, but Now, the best color names, and that is going to have to go to the NUDE right here. And the NUDE, it kind of plays off of nude and attitude. So let's just go down the list of these colors, shall we? First, you can see right here, as you guys can tell, I love a lot of neutral colors. But this is a very neutral palette right here. And let's just go through the 12 colors really quickly. There's sassy, stubborn, selfish, sophisticated, sexy, serious, snobby, standoffish, sultry, seductive, silly, and sleek. And each color is covering up the ladies. It's like, so they're naked, but you can't see they're naked because each color is covering up their lady parts. And now onto the least used palette. So of course you would know that this is the least used because it's one that I regret, but we ain't gonna double that up. So the least used one is going to be my BH Cosmetics 88 Metal Mania palette, and I've had this palette for like decades. It's like, no, I've had it for a long time. And this is it right here. As you can tell, there's a lot of colors, but the thing about this is, where do I start? Okay, the thing about this is the colors are really cute in the pan, but once I swatch them and look at it on my fingers or on my eyes, all the colors almost look the same. Like, I don't know. Like, I could swatch about 3 colors and they all look exactly the same once you swatch them. They look cute in the tiny little dime-sized pan, but once you put them on your eyelid, they really don't work out right. So this is my least used. But when I do use it, I like this color right here. It's like a dark green, but it comes off almost black, but that color's nice. Let me see if I can swatch that right good for you right there. And then it has like chunky glitters in it though, but that's that color. Yeah. Oh, and then there's another one, like this copper color. That's right here on the end. And let's go swatch that right there, and that's right there. That's a nice color. But as far as using the palette altogether, I rarely use this. Like, I can go a whole year without even opening this. Like, for real. And now, onto the most used, most loved, and Desert Island palette. So they put 3 descriptions in one question. So that's not my fault that we're going to be using, like, we're going to be finding about 3 palettes, because you shouldn't put 3 descriptions in one question, because if you wouldn't have did that, I would have picked 1 palette, but since you did 3 descriptions, I got to pick 3 palettes. So the 3 palettes that I have are these 3. Yes, I did double up on these 2 because these palettes are so great and they're buttery and they're just awesome. 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 and also the Naked palette. I know everybody put this in their thing, but these three are amazing. You already saw me talk about these two. Now let's go on to the Naked, the original Naked, the Urban Decay Naked palette. This is, I have the Naked palette 1 and I have the Naked palette 2. I may be getting Naked palette 3, but I'm not quite sure. But out of the Naked palette 1 or 2, this is the one that I like to use the most. It's more wearable and I love it. My favorite colors in this palette is is Naked, because that's it's an awesome blending color. It is Naked, Smog, and Hustle. So this one's Naked right here. Then there's Smog right here. And then there is Hustle right here. This black, this creep, it doesn't have a very good payoff. Like the black color in the Naked 2 is better. I think that's called like Blackout or something like that. That black is amazing. But the black on this one, kinda. But these are the palettes that I love the most. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But I know you're gonna be like, well, out of these three, which one? And someone said, okay, you got your three, now you have to pick one before you go to your desert island. Let's see. Well, it wouldn't be this one. And you're like, oh yeah. I don't know. I would have to say, out of these two, it would have to be Unzipped. I'm just obsessed with this palette. I could use this palette all the time, every day, all day. Ever since I bought this palette, I've been going crazy over it. So I would have to say this one. If I had to pick, because I'm sure people are like, oh, you cheated, well, you got 3 for the last question. So if I had to pick one out of the last 3, it would have to be this one. This one is amazing. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So that is my tag for the perfect palette tag, and I tag everyone that's watching this video. Just, oh, you can't do video response anymore. Why? Why did they stop that? That's goofy. But anyway, I think you could put links in the comments though, so maybe that's the version of doing a video response, because now you can put links in the comments, and back then you couldn't put links in the comments. You know, it's like a give or take kind of thing with YouTube. So I just learned to not complain. But anyway, I tag everybody that's watching this video. Do your perfect palette tag, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.